Hi, I am wellness expert, author Laura Zam. We're going to be talking today about what tapas, meaning eating via small plates or eating a small plate way, what that can teach us about physical intimacy. Stay tuned. Hello, I'm Laura, and we're going to be talking about tapas sex today. So, this is part 3 of a 4-part series talking all about tapas sex. I do encourage you to go back and watch videos 1 and 2 to get real orientation about tapas sex. But in a nutshell, tapas sex means that you have, instead of, let's say, foreplay and penetration, a kind of set script of lovemaking, you have lots of little dishes, lots of different small activities that you combine in no set order and make up a time, a romantic time together in that way. Make a feast that is not so pre-planned, not so handed to you by society, how society defines sex, for instance. So it is a super fun way to make love, and it does address boredom, which is the first video in this series, so watch that one. But what I really want to focus on here, as I said, is how it helps us with our physical intimacy, but also our emotional intimacy. So I want to talk about 4 ways that tapas, eating in this way or feasting in this way or making love in this way, can help us with intimacy. All right, the first thing that tapas teaches us is that there's a lot more variety than you think there is. A lot more variety than you think there is. So even though when you go to a restaurant, if you're eating in an appetizer, main dish kind of way, there may be a million things on the menu, but you're just choosing your appetizer and your main dish, possibly your dessert. So you've got this huge menu, but your sequence is very set. And as I say, kind of handed to you by society, by early learning, by bad sex education, frankly. And so it could get very boring and predictable eating in this way, even if the dishes themselves are tasty, because you know what's coming next. But what tapas teaches us is that, like I said, there's more variety than you think there is. So there's a big menu here, but you're now choosing lots of little plates. And so the moments of intimacy, or the session of intimacy, if you will, is made up of a lot of variety, much, much more variety that you've now incorporated. So tapas teaches us to open our minds, basically, to have more imagination about what lovemaking could be. And in terms of other kinds of intimacy in a relationship, it also encourages us to have more imagination about, well, what could conversations be, right? To think outside of the boxes that we may be stuck in, right? Where could we go, right? Oh, we always go to this particular movie theater, and then we go and we have a drink there, right? It forces you to say, wait a minute. There are other things out there. What can we order? What can we order for ourselves? All right. So that's what tapas teaches us, number 1. Tapas also teaches us that you can take breaks and you can pace yourself. With our traditional script of foreplay intercourse, usually there's just kind of, we're going to build to a certain level of arousal, then we're going to go to the penetrative sex, and then that's it, and then blah, 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 go to sleep. But tapas is coming in with all kinds of activities. Let's say there's a massage and some oral sex, and then there is maybe a different kind of massage. And then now there is perhaps some sort of writing on Post-its things that you want to do to each other. And then there's something else that might lead to orgasm. So it's a different pacing, and it teaches us that we don't have to have the pressure of building that arousal and then having that release. That can often be a lot of pressure for people of all genders, because it puts on us this pressure of performance anxiety. Am I doing this right? Am I pleasing my partner? Am I going fast enough in terms of my arousal? Throw that out. Throw that out. So when we've got these different dishes coming in, then we've got different kinds of pacing. We can take breaks. We can de-escalate our arousal and then build it up, and then de-escalate and then build it up, etc., etc., etc. We can play around with our sexual energy in a much more creative way. And what that teaches us about our intimacy beyond the bedroom is also that we're having a heated conversation. We can do things in doses. We can do things in small chunks. Take a break, come back, have more of that conversation perhaps. Have some fun together and then resume, right? It becomes a different structure. We don't have to do this all in one fell swoop. All right, tapas sex also teaches us that, and this is the final one, you can just have more fun. You can have more fun, and you can have more fun co-creating. You can have more fun by co-creating, because the fun is not necessarily one person's fun that they're imposing on the other person, meaning like, this is my idea, or this is what I want to do, and so I'm just kind of handing it to you. Do you want to have sex? Meaning, do you want to have my idea of sex or what I'm interested in right now? Rather, that doesn't necessarily equal fun for everyone involved. But with this kind of co-creating, choosing different items off the menu, you can see video 2 for all about the menu. With this kind of choosing different items off the menu, now I am co-creating with you. I am guaranteeing that I've got as much fun, that I'm having as much fun or going to have as much fun as you, because I've chose as many fun activities off my own menu as you have. And so that is taking the pressure off having to be a certain way to make sure you're pleased or I'm pleased. Instead, I am pleasing myself by just choosing items, 2 to 3 items off my pleasure menu, off my tapas menu, choosing those items that I know I'm in the mood for today. I'm in the mood for now, and that's why I've chose them. So tapas sex beyond the bedroom teaches us, in terms of other kinds of intimacy, how to co-create experiences so that they are fun for both people. It teaches us how to maybe choose movies or a series that you want to watch. Maybe taking turns. Maybe, okay, we'll watch a little bit of this and then a little bit of that. We'll watch a half-hour series you want to watch, and we'll watch a half-hour series that I want to watch. Right? It teaches you a different structure for collaborating, basically. Collaborating and co-creating fun. Okay, so that is it for this part 3 on tapas sex. Please, in the comments, put any questions you might have, and definitely let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you think that this tapas sex might work for you in the bedroom and beyond. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Bye.